Welcome to the Daily Jing for Friday, February 14th. Valentine's Day, yay. Here's the quote of the day. There are two things you need to remember about concrete. It's always getting harder and it cracks. Ernie, foreman on the Millersville West Frederick Street project. Let's go to the schedule. Into the fourth week. So continue with the green discussion. The 2.2 view and do is due on Monday. And make sure that you look at this little page here on myth. Okay, let's go back to the notes. So the 2RI, the reflection invitation paper, is a difficult paper, not because the subject is difficult, coming up with how you learn to do something, but it's difficult because you have to give your reader the experience of learning. You have to dramatize the moment you learn to do something. It's more of a mental thing than a physical thing, although you do the physical. Find your Carter on the stairs and actually look him in the eye. But then you figure out by connecting that encounter with some mysterious bit of information you received some time before, your Bowen, something at some time you did not understand. Okay, so that's the sequence you have to present. The process goes from previous information wondered about but not understood to an experience you have where you attempt some feat and fail. Back to that piece of previous information you don't understand, to the realization of how you can do whatever you are trying to do because you now understand what the previous information means. It has become knowledge. The paper occurs in one scene with a flashback. So don't do this kind of sequence where you start when you're young and you talk about that and you go into when you were in high school and then when you're in college and stuff. Tell us about everything in one scene with a flashback. It's hard to get your mind around until you figure that you have to use the previous information as a tool for understanding. And this is the hard part. The sequence where you recover some past information to use it to learn to do something did not necessarily happen at the time, but it must be employed to create the myth of learning. Fudge the truth. Bring the previous information back to help you figure out how you learn to do whatever. The hardest part of this assignment is to lie about the fact that you weren't thinking about the previous information when you learned to do that thing, but you must. You have to lie in an attempt to show us the truth. The assignment demands that you let the previous information, your Bowen, help you figure out how you learn to do X, even though in reality it might not have happened that way. Yet it has to be plausible that it could have helped you, and you need to have it help you so the reader can understand your experience of learning, can in a way live that experience with you. Okay, the question of the day is, when is the first draft of the reflection invitation due? It's due next week. All right, thanks. I'll see you on Monday. Bye.